To call this meeting to order for Monday, October 30th, and recognize that we are gathering on the unceded traditional territory of the Comox First Nation, and we are grateful for their care and stewardship of this land since time immemorial. Could I have a motion to approve the agenda, please?
Motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor? Carried. And strategic priorities, third quarter reports. All the good stuff. So, do you want to do highlights or go right to questions, or what? You give us some highlights.
Yeah, whatever you'd prefer. If you guys just want to ask questions, or I can highlight
I
some
like the
stuff.
highlights.
Yeah, the highlights. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so these are what I considered highlights. I don't. So staff has written their own quarterly reports as well, and so one of the things that really moved forward, I felt, in the last quarter was all of the different approvals for the Cumberland Guaxida affordable housing. So there was like the development and the variance permits, the policy to allow permissive tax exemptions. So now, as soon as there's construction and improvements assessed on that property, then we can include that in a permissive tax exemption bylaw. And then, of course, the establishment of the Affordable Housing Reserve Fund, which no funds yet in there, but that's, a start. So that's good. You did endorse the tree protection approach, so that's going to move forward to the next stage. And you also endorsed the regional accessibility framework that was worked on. Our staff was involved with the regional district in the development of that. And now the next stage for that will be I believe it's in the 2025 year is a Cumberland framework now, like we'll take that further. You did receive a presentation from the Transportation Master Plan, which was quite an extensive presentation, which was great. And then the next day was the public engagement event. And then we also managed to send the first year of the 2-year bridge funding to the Cumberland Community School Society Food Share and the Beaufort Nonprofit Family Health Clinic to help them get set up as well. We went into stage 3, and we've now already removed stage 3, but we did struggle with the precipitation, and you might have noticed during this snowfall that just happened with all of that dry weather, staff had to actually close Number 6 Mine Park because the branches were all cracking and falling because of the dryness and then the snow on top of them. So also so then I think that's about it. You guys approved the firefighter remuneration policy. You gave them an increase to their call-out wage, so then you increased or amended the policy for that. And then we had the linear asset replacement that got underway with the Union Road nude water main starting, and then I think First Street, and that will come later. And yeah, and then staff's here; they can also answer any questions.
Awesome, thank you. And yeah, I did notice several trails blocked off after that snow, so thank you to everyone who was out there madly cleaning that up. So questions, anybody? On this rather large
I had a few.
start?
On page 24, just a number that popped out at me. Net financial assets at the end of the year, 1,158%. What is that? Why is there so much surplus year to date all of a sudden over what's expected, or?
I mean, I'll start off, and Annie can come up if she, you know, the surplus is only 53% of what we expected, and that is kind of, you know, you have all your revenue come in May in the year, but you don't spend it all your tax
Okay.
revenue. So then you always have quite a big surplus. Sorry,
Yeah,
Annie's here.
that's pretty much.
Okay.
Okay, so so how come that number though is so, why is that such a large number, 1,158% it seems? Net financial assets at the end of the year.
Well, I think there might also be the green community funds that we received earlier in the year, and hasn't been well, it's been allocated budget-wise, but not in the actual yet. So
Okay.
that's building up some of that surplus as well.
And
Yeah.
and then you're also expecting, your budget expects to be in a net debt position, right? Because you're about to borrow a whole pile of money, but you
Yeah.
haven't borrowed that yet. So
Okay.
now you're in a positive position. So of course it's a huge increase, but it's not. It's just because you were expecting to be in a net debt.
Okay. So that's why that's so large.
We're not that rich.
We're not that rich. No, I didn't think we were that rich. And then, so that's the same on the next page, then the year-to-date surplus, $2.7 million. It's just simply that we haven't allocated it, haven't spent it,
Yeah, that's
but
correct.
are expecting to by year end on
Yeah,
various projects.
or some might be carried forward to next year, but yeah.
Okay. What else did I have? I'm jumping around a bit. Page 40, what did I have here?
Might not be
This is into Courtney's permits, I think. The Board of Variance did approve where did it go? 3839, 40. The Board of Variance did approve the one in, what is that called? Cumberland Land Corporation?
Comox Land Corporation?
Comox
Yes,
Land.
that's correct. That's the Horbury Road.
That's the Horbury Road, eh? Okay. And then, so it says it's still reviewing the file. What's the next steps on that?
That's a little confusing. It has to do with the timing. So this is the Board of Variance met on October 10th, which is in quarter 4. So for this to be purely a quarter 3 report, it would be accurate that we were reviewing the file at the end of September.
I
But
see.
then the note in brackets is an update just after the quarter and that was actually approved.
Okay. Hang on, I've got more for page 41. Cumberland, what is PLR again?
Yes, PLR
Under
is-
status.
Yes, that's the preliminary layout review letter. So that's the first step in a subdivision application. It's our initial review of the requirements for the subdivision after receiving the application.
Okay, and so you've just issued one of those on 7-lot residential Bearland strata. Where exactly is that? 4703 Cumberland Road.
Yeah, that's correct. That's near Bevan Road, but on the other side of the street, near the intersection with Bevan Road.
Okay, a 7-lot Bearland strata. I'm trying to think where there's room for a 7-lot strata there.
Is it? It's not behind the fire hall. Not that one.
No, it's on the other side of the road. So with it's the quite large block. They're very large lots along
yeah.
there that span kind of like a 2-block depth, and they have a rear lane that's shared with Mill Street addresses.
Okay, I think I know where you are now. And they've applied for a 7 lots of residential Bearland strata. Okay.
And so that's a straight subdivision that won't come to us, or does it?
There is a frontage waiver requirement that would come to council.
For the driveway? yeah, anyway, we can
Yes.
talk about it when it
Because,
comes.
because
Yeah.
some of the lots won't be fronting on Cumberland Road, they'll be
Yes.
fronting on the alley.
That's correct. So there is some element of the subdivision. Now, they aren't fronting on the alley, they're fronting on a shared strata access road.
Laneway, I see.
Yes.
Okay,
So they're gonna create like one lane down, 7 lots this way.
That's right.
Interesting. Okay. Then getting into some of the resolutions. On page 45, this might be you again, Courtney. Where did it go? The industrial servicing strategy, where are we with that one? That one's still in progress, it says.
Correct, that's in the 99% complete sort of category. There's just some remaining details to sort out with the consultants, and it's very close to completion.
Okay, and so that'll be coming to us soon to.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Excellent. The good neighbor bylaw is underway. It says.
I don't know what you want to say about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's at first
Progress.
reading, right? You gave first reading to it, and now it's stalled. So we have to do some more work for that and come back.
Okay, so that one's still a ways from coming back?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah. There's some policy decisions and updates and everything probably for that.
Okay. Then on page 46, we approve the scope of the Thrive grant. What is still happening? Does the CBA still have money left in the Thrive grant? Is that why that one's still in progress, or was that where the funds came from for the tent that they've put up and the sidewalks?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe they're working with, I believe they're working with the funder to manage that grant. It's not our grant, it's their grant,
Okay,
so
And
they
it's-
need to figure it out.
okay. Okay, those were the ones that I just wanted to touch in on and see where they're still at. Thank you.
Okay, other questions? Nothing? Nothing. Okey dokey, I see some kind of big increases in the RCMP report. There's a traffic incident. It's not making much sense, but it says it's gone up by 113%. So from 8 incidences in 2022 to 17 in 2023.
That's
Just interesting. I just wanted to know.
quite a change in call-outs, yeah.
That, yeah.
I can
It's
find that
on-
out for you.
Yeah, it's on page 30. I mean, it's hard, when he's not here to answer the questions on the report, but it's fine. We can, I don't need to follow up unless anybody else is interested in getting more information from the RCMP.
Looks like there's like 9 more incidents than there was at this same time last year.
Yeah, so I just wonder if that's because they're here more or I don't know. I'm just curious about that.
I'm not 100% sure what an incident is.
Yeah,
because,
exactly.
Yeah.
Fender benders, road rage, who knows?
Yeah, exactly. What does that even mean? Yeah. Yeah, and then suspicious circumstances, similar question. What is that?
And what are they?
Like, when do you call and say, I've got a suspicious incident happening? Can you, what does that look like?
And usually the percentage, when you've got such small numbers to begin
It
with,
looks
it looks very
enormous.
large
Yeah,
percentage-wise.
but it's only 10 things. It's
Yes.
only 10 incidences in total, so.
Yeah.
Well, he did come in to tell us that if you notice anything, just call it in all the time, no matter
Yeah,
what.
so maybe we're just getting more calls.
They were really prompting that
Yeah,
to get people out there. If
yeah. Okay. I didn't have any other questions, so. There's a recommendation there.
I'll move that council, good grief, where are we? I move that council receive the strategic priorities third quarter reports July to September 2023.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor? And that is carried. Question period?
There are no questions.
No questions. Alrighty. There's a recommendation there to go to closed, if somebody wouldn't mind reading that.
Sure. Recommend that council close the meeting to the public pursuant to section 90 of the community charter to consider labor relations or other employee relations, the receipt of advice that is subject to solicitor-client privilege, including communications necessary for that purpose.
Thank you. Seconder?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?